The worst team, maybe, in history of Manchester United. I know that you want headlines, but...
Manchester United's current stars are part of the worst team in club history following the 3-1 defeat to Brighton. That's the view of their own boss, Ruben Amorim, who has now lost 6 out of his 11 Premier League matches in charge of the Red Devils. For Amorim, he issued a brutally honest assessment of his side in his post-match interview. He said, "In 10 games in the Premier League we won 2, I know that. Imagine this for a fan of Manchester United, imagine this for me. You are getting a new coach who is losing more than the last coach. Imagine that. We need to survive this moment. I know that. We are being maybe the worst team in the history of Manchester United. I know that you want headlines, but I'm saying that because we have to acknowledge that and to change that. So there you go, your headline." Amorim then delivered a worrying admission to the club's supporters, telling them they will have to endure more suffering before he overturns their fortunes. He remarked, "Another loss at home. It's not acceptable, the way we suffered the goals. We can play some football, but only in small spaces of time, so it's not consistent and we get nervous and then we suffer a goal. Again, in the beginning, it's one play that is clearly what Brighton do. Then it's really hard to turn things around. We get really anxious, really nervous, and they were better again." And the ex-Sporting Lisbon manager then insisted he will refuse to change his 3-4-3 formation, despite United struggling to adapt to the system. He stated, "I'm not going to change the way I see the game. I'm very clear on that. The players are going to suffer, I'm sorry, the fans are going to suffer. I have one way of doing things, I know it's going to bring results. But we have to suffer these moments. I think it's very clear for everybody what we are going to do." United's attention will now turn towards their Europa League tie with Rangers on Thursday as they look to strengthen their position in the top 8. And it's then a trip to Craven Cottage next Sunday to take on Fulham, with United without a league win in London since beating Marco Silva's men in November 2023.